Are you a current/potential Starlink subscriber who fears the internet service will not be up to par for cloud gaming? Well, you might want to think again. Join us for Cloud Gamers Can Rejoice over new Starlink research. It's CDO Daily. Let's get into this one. What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? It is your boy MM2K of PNTS Network and the Cloud Dosage platform, back again with another CDO Daily. Can you do us a huge favor before we get into this one? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and rock those bells for notifications, please, so you know when we're dropping these doses. We appreciate all of y'all straight up. You know the deal, you know the reason. By now, y'all should know the slogan. We are not too proud to ask. All right, let's get into today's story. All right, so this one comes to us courtesy of WCCF Tech. Very interesting story indeed. And you know how we do. Let me show you something. Okay, so the story reads, Starlink supports NVIDIA GeForce Now, YouTube, and Netflix says research paper. All right, and the story reads as follows. SpaceX's Starlink satellite internet service meets the latency standards required by NVIDIA's GeForce Now cloud gaming service, according to a new study published by researchers in Belgium and Italy. Now, the researchers tested several Starlink performance parameters that are crucial for daily performance, as they took a look at the service's latency, data transfer rates, and web browsing performance. The results demonstrated that as far as Belgium and Europe are concerned, all right, Starlink surpasses geostationary satellite internet services with a wide margin. It meets the latency marketed by SpaceX, and it matches the performance of traditional wired broadband internet. The story continues on. Starlink media latency ranges in between 46 million milliseconds and 52 milliseconds, reveals research. The study saw the researchers set up 3 similar computers and connected to the internet in their own servers. One of these used Starlink, and then another an unnamed geostationary satellite internet service in Europe to connect to the internet. The remaining one used an Ethernet adapter to connect to the UC Louvain network. Story continues. Latency, or the time that it takes for information to travel from and back to the user's computer, is crucial for several different applications such as video conferencing and online gaming. The team tested 3 scenarios. The first was base case with no network load, the second with 100 megabytes load, and the third with a load more compatible to real-time video traffic. Continues. Now, these reveals that are in the first scenario, the median Starlink latency range between 46 milliseconds and 52 milliseconds, and the lowest reading was 20.5 milliseconds. For the remaining 2 tests, the one with 100 megabyte load, that the median was 95 milliseconds, and for the last test, the median value was 50 milliseconds. So a lot of you may be listening to this and you may be saying, well, great for our friends in Europe, but MM2K, I'm in Canada, I'm in the US, I'm somewhere else. Why would we rejoice over this? Well, there's very interesting data as it relates to people in other areas, particularly US and other places as well. The story continues to read, additionally, the minimum latencies were observed for the German-Dutch servers, with those in Singapore and San Francisco giving readings of 184 milliseconds and 270 milliseconds respectively, and without any additional load testing. Now, hold on, because the story also says this is natural, since the latter 2 servers are located at a considerable distance from these test computers. The researchers also traced the data path to the 2 locations and determined that it was the same, which implies that the laser satellites have not been turned on as of now, at least over Europe. All right. So some hope there that even though these tests weren't done in locations ideal for Singapore or San Francisco, that we may see similar results if they were. All right. Lastly, the story says, summarizing the latency test, the researchers conclude that their readings fall below the maximum latency of 80 milliseconds that is required by NVIDIA's Geforce Now gaming service. Wow, interesting stuff. Other services weren't tested from what I understand, but this does a lot for those that are like, hey, I don't have the best hardware, the best rig. I do want to upgrade to a 3070 or to a 4000 series card. I just can't afford to do it, or I just don't have time to wait in line. Now with the power of Geforce Now, and this is a very particular interesting time because at the time of this report, they slashed the price on the 6-month tier from $49.99 to $29.99. So with that, you can have a very old piece of hardware, have satellite service such as Starlink, according to this report, and be able to play and enjoy Geforce Now very cheaply, I might add, particularly now. So some very interesting stuff to see. It'll be interesting to see how Starlink works with other cloud providers, but this right here should give some heartening news to cloud gamers, particularly in Europe. We're hoping to see some tests here in the States and so forth, so they can confirm. They can just confirm the same results here, but we'll see. With that said, that's it from your boy. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below, because like I always say, who cares what I think? But if you did like what I had to say, check out the links below to follow me. Those links will lead you to the Broadband Bullies PNTS Network, Hard Knock Digital Culture, and yes, here, Cloud Dosage. With all that said, peace. Have a wonderful, wonderful gaming day.